Britain's Prince Harry and his bride-to-be, American Meghan Markle, carrying out their first royal engagement together.
Big step. Hundreds lined up today in Nottingham to get a glimpse of the American woman who won the British prince's heart.
What if the marriage the whole world thought was unbreakable is quietly cracking under the weight of a single question? Where do you call home? Right now in 2026, Prince Harry and Meghan's marriage is in crisis over their return to the UK. And behind the curated Instagram posts, the anniversary smiles, and the Montecito mansion gates, insiders say two people who once shook the entire British monarchy are being pulled in opposite directions. And this time, the fault line is permanent. The geographic fault line. Harry wants home, Meghan will not go back. The story begins with a tough question for Harry and Meghan. Should Harry return to the UK? This question has created serious disagreements in their marriage, leading to the most significant strain they've faced so far. The reason is clear. Harry and Meghan see their connection to Britain very differently. For Harry, the UK is his home, where he has his family and memories, including his mother, Princess Diana. For Meghan, the UK represents the harsh tabloid press that made her life very difficult. The British media is known for being tough, and Meghan's treatment while she lived there was especially cruel. In January 2026, Harry spoke in a London courtroom about the pain his wife endured at the hands of the media, making clear how much it upset him. This not only brought back old wounds for Meghan, but also reminded her why she does not want to return to the UK. Despite this, Harry feels a strong pull to go back to the UK. He worries about his children, Archie and Lilibet, missing out on experiences with their grandfather, King Charles. Harry believes it's vital for them to create memories together before it's too late. This situation sets up a conflict between them. Harry wants to go home, while Meghan does not. One insider described their disagreement as deeply emotional and noted it could drive them apart both physically and emotionally. The problem doesn't stem from a lack of love or commitment, but from two different fears pulling them in opposite directions. Some people close to them are concerned that Harry's desire to return could seriously damage their marriage. One insider even warned that it could end their relationship for good. This is not just gossip, it is a serious concern from those who know them well. This argument has been building for years, and by 2026, it has reached a breaking point. Meghan's last visit to the UK was in September 2022 for Queen Elizabeth II's funeral. Since then, she has stayed away for almost 4 years while Harry has traveled alone for court cases and to visit his father. Each trip without Meghan has deepened the emotional gap between them. The security battle that has become a marriage battleground. To understand why Harry is considering a return to the UK, you need to look at the security issue. This issue affects everything. His distance from the royal family, his struggle to bring his children to meet their grandfather, and the growing tensions in his marriage with Meghan. As a working royal, Prince Harry had full security from British police. However, in February 2020, after he stepped down from royal duties, his security was reduced and now requires case-by-case approval. Harry stated in court that he and Meghan left Britain mainly because of this reduction in security. Harry has been trying to regain that protection. He lost in the High Court and again on appeal in May 2025. However, during these legal proceedings, it came to light that no risk assessment had been done for the Sussexes since 2019, which he is now using to challenge the government's decision on their security. This lack of a recent assessment is significant because it indicates that the government reduced Harry's security without properly evaluating the current threats to him and his family. In 2026, things may be changing. The committee responsible for protecting royals is reportedly close to restoring government-funded security for Harry. If this happens, he would no longer have to notify Scotland Yard 30 days in advance before visiting the UK. This would allow Harry to visit the UK whenever he wants, which excites him but also worries Meghan. A new threat assessment ordered by the Home Office is the first since Harry left his royal duties and may lead to him getting 24-hour protection. This change could greatly impact his future. For Harry, getting armed protection means he can feel British again. For Meghan, it removes the last practical obstacle to a return she does not want. This ongoing security struggle, which has taken years and cost millions in legal fees, has also created divisions in their marriage. As Harry gets closer to resolving it, he and Meghan seem to be drifting further apart. Harry plans to return to the UK in July for the Invictus Games. Some people think this visit could lead to discussions with King Charles about a different role for him, which would significantly change things compared with the late Queen's approach. Whether Meghan accompanies him on this trip will reveal much about the current state of their marriage. The financial freefall, Montecito dreams versus mounting debt. Let's talk about money, because it's a big issue for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in 2026, and it's increasing tensions in their marriage. The couple is reportedly facing financial pressure. They have high expenses from their Montecito mansion, and their Netflix and Spotify deals have ended. Meghan's As Ever lifestyle brand is expected to generate future income, but sources say financial stress is straining their relationship. The Netflix deal, once worth about $100 million, is no longer in place. The Spotify deal, worth $20 million, ended years ago. Despite appearing successful publicly, their financial situation at their Montecito estate is not as good as it seems. Their mansion costs over $14 million, and maintenance, staff salaries, and other expenses are high, resulting in massive outgoings every month. If they cannot cover these costs, their lives could fall apart. Royal author Tom Bower has said that they need at least $3 million a year to get by, but their sources of income are drying up. Former aide Norman Baker noted that their income is currently declining and will continue to do so, with no new major deals to rely on apart from their own brand. The financial imbalance is causing tension in their marriage. Meghan feels frustrated, saying she is carrying too much of the financial burden. She has told Harry that he needs to contribute more, since she manages their business deals and plans for their financial future. On the other hand, Harry lacks awareness of costs because he grew up in a wealthy royal family. The inheritance from Princess Diana, Queen Elizabeth, and his great-grandmother is running low. With no steady income in sight, they may face serious financial issues soon, with predictions that their money could run out in about 5 years. This timeline puts pressure on their marriage. It explains why Meghan is focusing more on her brand, why she is active on social media, why she is expanding into cookbooks and wellness, and why Harry's unwillingness to monetize his own profile is creating conflict at home. King Charles, cancer, and a father's race against time. Harry is being pulled back to the UK by many forces, but the most emotional one is his father's illness. King Charles has cancer, which experts say is incurable. Some reports suggest he may live with cancer, but may not recover fully. While Charles is still working and even visited the United States in April 2026, he is not improving. He is managing his condition, but it is taking a toll on Harry. In May 2025, after losing a court battle over his security, Harry told the BBC he wanted to mend his relationship with his family. He expressed his love for them and said there was no point in fighting anymore, especially since he doesn't know how much longer his father will live. This shows how much Harry is struggling as he faces the reality of his father's situation. However, Harry is doing this without much support from the royal family. A chance for another meeting during Charles's trip to the United States in April 2026 fell apart. There were no plans for Harry and Charles to meet, highlighting how things have stalled since an initial breakthrough in September 2025. During Harry's September 2025 visit to London, he and Charles had a private meeting at Clarence House for about an hour. They had a positive conversation, sharing hugs, tears, and personal talks about their children and the king's health. But after that meeting, nothing changed. The progress they made disappeared. In early 2025, Kate Middleton was diagnosed with cancer, adding more stress to the family as they focused on her privacy during treatment. Royal author Christopher Anderson reported that Kate reached her limit with Harry after he commented on the king's illness, which ended her attempts to mend the brothers' relationship. That opportunity seems lost. For Meghan, this situation shows that returning to the UK means facing a family that has often rejected her. For Harry, it's a race against time, and he fears he may lose even before it begins. Plans are underway for Charles's 88th birthday in 2028, and palace aides are exploring whether the Invictus Games in Birmingham in 2027 could be a chance for Harry to reconcile with his father, ideally involving their children, Archie and Lilibet. Right now, Harry's best hope for reconciliation is tied to a public event, and it remains unclear if Meghan will be there with him. Brand wars, Meghan's As Ever ambitions versus Harry's privacy convictions. Every week, a quiet and painful conflict happens in the Sussex household. Harry and Meghan are not just disagreeing about where to live, they are also at odds over their identities and how the public sees them. In April 2025, Meghan launched her lifestyle brand, As Ever, which sells home and food products, including jams, tea, wine, and flower sprinkles. Despite facing mockery and skepticism, she is pushing ahead to expand the brand. Meanwhile, sources say Harry is worried about the rising costs tied to this venture. While Harry fights for privacy rights in London and sues the Daily Mail for intrusive journalism, Meghan shares cooking videos and family moments on Instagram, building a brand that relies on the public's interest in their domestic life. Their differing views create a real conflict. Harry has spoken out against social media's dangers for children, recently supporting Australia's ban on certain platforms for under 16s. In contrast, Meghan shares moments of their children online as part of her efforts to raise her profile and promote as ever. A source mentioned that these issues have reignited tensions Harry thought had been resolved. To him, it feels like they are back to being in conflict because Meghan continues her usual approach. Harry sees a pattern of Meghan pushing limits, especially regarding their children's privacy. This issue keeps coming up because it reflects a deeper disagreement that was never fully resolved. Marketing experts warn that Meghan's lifestyle brand could struggle by 2026 unless she changes how she runs the business. One source stated that if a lifestyle brand doesn't clearly express the kind of life it represents, it will have limited success. Although the brand is growing, website traffic increased by 36% from October to January, experts say it lacks a strong identity. Royal expert Hugo Vickers noted that Harry might feel uncomfortable with their kids' exposure to social media. Given the couple's focus on privacy, he believes Harry does not fully approve of their approach. He expresses concern about how the children will feel when they understand how they have been portrayed. The word exploited is troubling, especially coming from a royal commentator discussing the Sussex brand strategy. It highlights a serious concern for Harry, who has worked against child exploitation in the media. The children, the custody shadow, and what divorce would actually mean. We need to talk about the concerns surrounding Archie and Lilibet and whether divorce is a possibility for Harry and Meghan. In January 2025, Vanity Fair published a story suggesting Meghan was considering writing a book about her life after a divorce. This story sparked rumors of a possible split, though they were later disputed. The idea of a divorce has become part of the public conversation. Harry and Meghan stepped back from royal duties in 2020 and now live in Montecito, California, with their kids, Archie, 6, and Lilibet, 4. These children are at the heart of their disagreements. Issues like whether they should return to the UK, how they are represented on social media, and their financial stability all revolve around the kids. Harry worries his children are missing out on important family connections, especially with their grandfather, King Charles. The last time Archie and Lilibet visited the UK was in June 2022, during the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. They have not been back for 4 years. If Harry and Meghan were to separate, and they have not publicly confirmed any such plans, deciding where the children would live would be a big issue. Their disagreements are not about love, but about where they want to raise their family. Meghan is particularly hesitant about returning to the scrutiny of the UK media. The challenges they face are significant. Even if they appear happy in public, insiders say their marriage is under strain. They continue to appear together for various projects and events, presenting a united front. However, some sources suggest that their public image may hide deeper problems. Any progress in Harry's relationship with the king could affect not just family ties, but also the Sussex brand, which relies on their image as a stable couple. Maintaining their marriage appears to be a matter of both personal and commercial importance. This situation highlights a struggle for both Harry and Meghan. They might be facing real challenges in their relationship, but feel trapped in a situation that requires them to keep up appearances. As we look ahead to 2026, many believe it will be a crucial year for the Sussex family. Every decision made, from trips to the UK to moments of connection or conflict, will play a significant role in their future. If you found this information insightful, consider liking the video and sharing your thoughts. What do you think will happen next?